to it. All right, in this episode, I am joined by Rafael from the class of 2020. Thank you for joining me tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right, so want to think back a million years. You were back in middle school. Why'd you choose to come to early college?
Honestly, I remember whenever I was first came up to by Miss Williams, she was the principal at the time at Whittemore Park I went to. She had told me that if I want to be an early college student, I'd have to be one of the best and figure out if either I'm a follower or a leader. And so I wanted to be different. In the beginning, it was more of like, I don't know, like, do I want to go to a regular high school and then just test it out from there, see what happens? Or do I want to try and accelerate my chances of something more of a success in my future? And early college was just it for me. Like, I like that hook that Miss Williams gave me. And I'll never forget the way how I made my application. I said on there that I was both a leader and a follower. A leader to help guide other people to successes and follower to learn more.
I
But
like that.
overall, I had an amazing experience with early college. It was stressful. Don't get me wrong. It was not daisies all the way. It was a struggle through and through, but I'm proud of it.
Awesome. Well, we're grateful that you picked early college. You definitely excelled with us, both as a student and as a person. Just you're absolutely awesome. Uh,
Appreciate
all right. So, do you ever think about quitting?
a lot, a
What
lot,
kept
a
you on
lot.
track?
Quitting school, like quitting early college.
Early college.
Um, my stubbornness for one. For two, I wanted to be a role model, more to my little brother, but also to whoever would come afterwards and seeing how far I'd get. So
So
it was
kind
always just more of a mental game.
kind of worried a little bit about your legacy, I would say.
That's the word. That's the exact word. Yes.
Love it. Miss Williams loves the idea of legacy to this day. Uh, all right. So, and obviously, you're a great role model for your brother. Your brother would go on to scholars. We won't hold that against him, but you had an interesting end of your high school career. You had COVID. Well, not you had COVID. I don't know if you had COVID or not,
I
but
never did, thankfully.
that is a blessing for sure. But the world shut down during your senior year, during your final semester. What was it like to pretty much have everything figured out and then the world just stopping there on March 13th?
So I'm just now parking, by the way. Um, Whenever COVID hit, it was during my summer semester of my civil engineering technology associate's degree. It couldn't have picked a way worse time. It was during the classes that I started having uh, statics and some other class. I forget the name, but basically, it started getting real to the point that me as a student, I cannot. It's hard for me to learn through Zoom most of the time. I'm always asking questions. You had me, you know me, and all those weeks of having Zoom over and over and over, I feel like it took away a part of myself that I couldn't really focus as much as I could. The motivation left me as well. It was hard to stay tuned as to what I needed to do. And I mean, hell, thankfully, we got to go walk on our graduation, but things didn't get really, I could say, easier till my fifth semester at Tech. That's when things started going back to going in class again, the labs, and I can't even lie. I had to be the person to try and talk my little group of engineers into getting back into it, like Sergio, homeboy Max, and everyone. And we all suffered through it. But
Yeah, I can only imagine, because if I recall, you're very hands-on.
yes,
And you definitely are an in-person learner. I mean, that's just who you are. And like you said, you love to ask questions. That's how you get clarification. That's how you're learning. Uh, and COVID's completely shuts that down. I don't think anybody can truly grasp just how devastating COVID actually was, especially on your senior class. You guys were finishing up, you thought you had it figured out, and then, all right, let's learn online, sort of. Um, it's just my heart goes out to your whole class and everybody around the country who experienced that. You guys lost out on a lot, but it did give you the opportunity kind of to pivot. You survived, you got through it. You pivot a little bit. What did you change over to?
emailing, blowing up emails on the professor, trying to have one-on-ones a lot. Hell, there were times that I would go to the building with a mask and meet up with them sometimes. I did what I could, honestly. Um, for me, like I'd get frustrated when there would be something that I wouldn't be able to grasp or understand. And there was a point too where I witnessed my first fail of a class with physics. For one, not saying who, but there was a professor that did not do too well and only put us to do in some kind of online program, and the labs were separate. Nothing was connected, and the tests were purely based off of the program. And all he would tell us is just get on it, do the homework. Nothing would correlate with me. And it was simply just physics. And me, after getting my associates, I've already done things beyond physics. And then this happens again with COVID because there was that one time that we had to go back into quarantine a little bit. I had to drop the class. It was heartbreaking, honestly. But
Yeah. But you
things
learn.
happen.
Things do
Yeah,
happen. Life happens. It's a pandemic. Just get through it. That's all we could all do as we try to figure out what to do.
well said.
All right. So did you finish up at Tech?
I got my associates at civil engineering. Yes, I
Okay.
didn't get to go to get my bachelor's though.
Okay. So you graduate there from Tech. What's next for you?
After tech, I pretty much made my big decision and stopped going to school and just ended up working with Beverly Homes as a drafter.
All right. So
Reason
what?
being was because of financial problems and me trying to give a better advantage to my little brother, which, fun fact, he's actually going to USC soon.
Congrats. That's cool. He always likes to leave messages on my boards whenever he's in
Yes,
our building. I love that.
that
Uh,
I didn't know.
that's funny. Uh, so you end up changing directions. You said you quit school. Not really. I mean, you ended that part, but like you're getting different experience, different learning there in the drafting world with a home builder, very established home builder here in Horry
I'm
County.
getting experience.
And that